UX is tough, not because of the work itself, but because of everything around it. The pressure, the politics, the self-doubt. Joe Natoli has been through it all, and for more than 30 years, he's been helping UXers and designers find their way through the challenges that really make or break a career. Not the wireframes or design tools, but impostor syndrome, office politics, bad bosses, and learning to stand your ground. This is Making UX Work, where he tackles the battles no boot camp, book, or conference ever prepares you for, and shows you how to come out stronger on the other side.
Okay, kids, let's get something straight here. Just because you've got UX or product design in your title does not mean people are going to listen to you. I know, shocking. You could be the most qualified person in the room, right? And you could be the only one thinking holistically. You could be the only person who has some actual user or customer data, to base their opinions and decisions on. And they still might not listen to you. That's frustrating. It feels personal, but it's not. It's not personal. It's structural. Okay. It's cultural. It's historical. And of course, it's political. The hard truth here is that trust is not ever automatically granted to UX or design folks, no matter how much lip service the organization gives to those things. That trust is earned. And that sucks when you kind of feel like you already deserve it. Early on in my career, I really thought that if I just did good work, people would see it. They'd respect it. They'd trust it. I was dead wrong about that. All right. Good work does matter, but only if people can see it, understand it, and connect it to the goals that they already care about in the first place. If they don't understand your intent or your process or your outcomes, they're not going to trust your recommendations, even if they're brilliant. Which is why, for designers, how you deliver your work is just as important as what you deliver. So how do you build trust? Well, here's what I've seen work. Start small, deliver consistently, and do not try to redesign an entire system on day one. Okay, find something small, fixable, impactful. Do it really well, and then do it again. And then repeat that until it's noticed. The next thing is you have to speak the language of the people you are talking to in any given situation. So if you're in a room full of product and engineering folks, you don't come in with abstract design theory or UX best practices. You talk outcomes. You talk risk. You talk efficiency. You talk reducing rework. All right? You translate your value into their terms, in other words. And you learn to start showing your receipts. Okay? Don't assume that they know how you got to all your conclusions. Share your rationale, explain your thinking, let them see your process, and especially if you're a UI person, not just your pixels. You also have to be reliable, okay? There's nothing that builds trust faster than being dependable. If you say you're going to deliver something, do it. If you can't, communicate that early. Reliability absolutely beats charisma every hour of every day of every week of every month of every year. And last but not least, the best thing you can do in all situations is stay calm under fire. All right, stakeholders will push back. Things absolutely will go sideways. But when they do, how you respond matters a lot more than what you say. Keep your cool. Stay focused on solutions. Okay, this sucks. Great. What do we do about it? Now, here's the thing that a lot of us in this profession don't realize. Every single interaction with anybody in your organization, I don't care what their title is, what their position is, or what department they work in, every single interaction is a trust-building opportunity. Whenever you respond in a thoughtful way to critique, that builds trust. When you take responsibility for a missed deadline, that builds trust. When you give someone else credit for something that they did, that builds trust. All right, so this is not one big moment where something dramatic happens and everyone goes, oh my God, this person is a gift. We should trust them implicitly. It doesn't work that way. It's 100 little tiny things, tiny moments, tiny actions over time that add up. It's cumulative, all right? Now, what happens when you've done all that stuff and they still don't trust you? That's real, and it sucks. And sometimes it just means you're in the wrong room.
As you probably know by now, the way it's supposed to work is never how it actually is. Joe Natoli has seen it all, across 3 decades of consulting with the world's largest organizations, and he built the UX 365 Academy to teach professionals like you what really works. No jargon, no fantasy frameworks, just proven tools for surviving and thriving in the corporate reality of UX and product design. Get the missing manual for your career at ux365academy.com.
If you're consistently showing up, communicating well, solving real problems, and making people's lives easier, and they still treat you like an outsider, you may not be the problem. And that's when it's worth asking, okay? Is this a place that actually wants UX or design? Or do they just want someone to make their ugly PowerPoint look nicer? Do they just want someone to make their investors think that their product is better than it is, whatever the case may be? Because the fact is that you can't build trust in an environment that doesn't value your role, all right? There's no beating that. At the same time, most of what I've seen over the 3 decades I've spent doing this is that it's not that hostile, okay? It's just cautious. Most stakeholders are not trying to dismiss you. They're trying to survive. And trusting someone new, especially in a function that they don't fully understand, feels risky to them, all right? So your job, by and large, is to make it feel less risky to them. Not by pandering, not by giving in, not by sugarcoating things, but by constantly showing that you understand their goals, you respect their constraints, and you care about outcomes. And you don't give a shit about ego. You don't care about being right. You want what they want, okay? You're there to help them dig through the mud and get something good. Here's what I want you to remember. You do not need to be liked to be trusted. You just need to be credible and clear and consistent. That takes time and it takes patience. It takes emotional intelligence, it takes strategy, and it takes a hell of a lot of follow through. Okay, over and over and over and over and over again. But it works. And once you've earned that trust, everything gets a lot easier. Your work gets a lot more traction. Your input carries a lot more weight. Your influence grows. So don't focus on getting them to love your ideas right away. Fuck that. Focus on helping them trust you. That's where all this starts.
You've been listening to Making UX Work with Joe Natoli. Honest talk about the hidden challenges that shape a design career. See you next time. And until then, onward and upward.